Have you ever stopped to think about how many times in your life you said yes when deep down everything inside you was screaming no? How many times did you accept to do something just to please, not to disappoint, not to look selfish? And afterwards, how did you feel? Tired, empty, regretful, even betrayed by yourself? Today, I want to show you something simple but powerful. I want you to understand that the shortest, most underestimated word in the English language, no, can completely change your life. And I'm going to ask you for one thing. Stay with me until the very end, because the last lesson is the most important of all. It can forever transform the way you see the world, others, and most of all yourself. Let's begin. When you learn to say no, the first change happens with your time. Time is the most valuable resource you have. It doesn't come back, it can't be recovered, it can't be bought. But without realizing it, you may be handing that resource over to others. By saying yes to every invitation, every favor, every demand that comes your way, you give up living your own agenda. When you say no, you reclaim ownership of your time. You create space to invest it in what really matters, in your dreams, your projects, your family, your growth. But it's not just about time. Saying no also protects your energy. How many times have you gone somewhere without wanting to, participated in something you didn't care about, and came back home drained, exhausted, as if you had left your life force behind? That's what happens when you don't set limits. You are not a machine with infinite energy. Your energy is limited, and you must choose where you spend it. When you learn to say no, you'll notice that you start living with more lightness, with more willingness, with more vitality for the things that truly matter. And you know what else changes? Your relationships. Because no reveals who truly respects you. If someone only stays by your side when you say yes, if someone only likes you as long as you sacrifice yourself, then that person never really cared about you. No is like a filter. It separates relationships. It shows who values you and who only uses you. Those who truly love you will understand your boundaries. Those who truly care won't turn their back on you when you put your priorities first. And here's something even deeper. When you say no, you teach others how to treat you. If you never set boundaries, others will believe they can demand, push, and take advantage. But when you start saying no, you show that you have value, that you have priorities, that you deserve respect. Every no you say is a reminder. I matter. I have a life too. I have choices too. And here's the paradox. Many people think saying no closes doors. But in truth, it does the exact opposite. When you learn to say no to what doesn't serve you, you create space for what really matters. No to a job that destroys you opens the way for the right opportunity. No to a toxic friendship creates room for healthy relationships. No to what steals your peace creates room for what brings joy. Every no is also a yes, but it's not a yes to others. It's a yes to yourself. And that is exactly what strengthens your self-esteem. Because every time you say no to what goes against your values, you're saying yes to your heart, your truth, to what truly matters to you. And that makes you feel stronger, whole, more confident. You stop living other people's lives and start living your own. And along with that comes inner peace. Have you noticed how people who can't say no are always overloaded? They live tired, frustrated, full of resentment, and all for one simple reason. They're trying to carry a weight that was never meant for them. When you learn to say no, you discover lightness. You discover the joy of doing only what makes sense to you. You discover that peace is not the absence of problems. Peace is the presence of boundaries. And here comes a great truth. Saying no is an act of courage. The world will try to convince you that you are being selfish, hard, ungrateful. But do you know the truth? Selfish is not the one who sets boundaries. Selfish is the one who expects you to live against your own will just to satisfy them. Courage is saying no when everyone expects you to say yes. Courage is standing up for your own life, even when others don't understand. And when you start saying no, you discover something liberating. You realize you no longer need to live to please everyone. Many people spend their entire lives trapped by the opinions of others. They say yes only to avoid rejection, only to avoid being different. And in the end, those people become prisoners. No breaks those chains. No frees you from the slavery of living for others. Because when you learn to say no, you finally begin to live for real. And now, It's time for the last lesson, the most powerful one of all. And I want you to keep this in the deepest part of your mind and your heart. No is the greatest yes you can give to your life. Every time you say no to what doesn't move you forward, you are saying yes to your dreams. Every time you say no to what steals your peace, you are saying yes to your mental health. Every time you say no to what violates your essence, you are saying yes to your future. No is not the end. No is the beginning. It is the beginning of a life where you choose, where you decide, where you live according to your truth. Now I want to leave you with a challenge. In the next 7 days, choose at least one situation where you usually say yes out of obligation. And this time, say no. Do it with courage. Do it with firmness. Do it for yourself. And then watch how you feel. Notice the lightness. Notice the peace. Notice how a simple no can change everything. And never forget, every no you say is in truth a great yes to the life you deserve to live.